joined by Coach Simmons with Florida A&M. Coach, thank you so much for taking some time to join us. If you could please start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's most recent road win at Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah, definitely. The hard fought game. Obviously, talked about it last week. It'll be as always a tough place to play, and for the first half that showed. And our guys didn't come out with the intensity and the focus that we needed offensively to put points on the board. Fortunately, defense was able to get an early touchdown for us and played great ball throughout. And halftime, we challenged the guys to lock in and do what needed to be done, and came out the second half with a different mindset. It was able to score 3 straight drives and kind of put the game out of reach. So good conference win. Always the goal to stay top of the standings and control our own destiny. We're doing that right now, and obviously a huge task for us this week. Southern's always a great contest, true rival in every sense of the word. So Baton Rouge is extremely difficult place to play for other reasons, and they'll have a great crowd, great turnout. And we know we have our hands full with a team that's playing its best ball of the season right now. So looking forward to the challenge. This is why you come to FAMU to play games like this. And I know it's going to be a great atmosphere, great environment. And this is a game that I think true football fans want to be a part of.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Hey, Coach. After the game on Saturday night, you commented that you weren't too pleased with the offensive performance, not only that night but throughout the season. What have you seen from the offense that kind of made you kind of challenge them to be better and kind of want them to be better?
Well, just the relentless mindset that it takes to be a dominant offense. We're trying to match the intensity of our defense, and those guys come to work every day. They don't complain. They practice through injury. I mean, they do all the things that it takes to be dominant, and it's showing up in how they're performing. Offensively, we need better leadership. We need more consistency from the top down. Everybody looks at Moussa as the leader, but it takes more than just a quarterback. So we need everyone involved to understand the expectations of what it takes to be a successful unit. And once we're able to do that, I think we can have the success that we envision, because we have the talent, but we've been saying it from the beginning, talent's not enough, and we got to clean up some other areas to reach our full potential.
Okay. As a quick follow-up, speaking of your quarterback, you took to social media yesterday to defend him from some criticism he'd been receiving. Why did you feel like it was important for you to step out like that and do that for him?
Well, because again, he's the unquestioned leader of this team and unquestioned starter. There's no quarterback competition. Moose can't play himself out of the position. We go as he goes. And the criticism is going to come. We talked about that the very first day he stepped foot on campus. To be the quarterback at FAMU, you got to be able to handle the criticism. So, it wasn't defending him per se. It was just to let everyone know, you can talk all you want to, but until you coach him and until you call the plays here, there's no quarterback controversy here at FAMU. Moose is our guy, and he's going to be the guy, for the rest of the season.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Next question goes to Dr. Cavill.
Kenyatta Cavill, inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Credit to your team. May not play up to what you want them to play, but they got the victory as you continue on. So I want to move into the Southern matchup, which a lot of people rankings have out there. You're talking about a top 10 matchup. You're going long history between these two programs, but with that being said, you're going to get the best of them the last couple of years. What do you see in terms of that is leading the conference in a lot of ways, particularly at front seven? What do you see that they're able to do well on defense, and how do you want to attack it?
Well, Don, they play extremely hard and they're sound. They're not a team that's going to try to, out scheme you and try to trick you. They're going to line up and they're going to come after you. And it starts with the front four. When you have a front four like that, you can do that. We're very similar with how we'll attack people. We're not concerned with trying to out scheme people. We feel if our defensive line sets the tone, everything else takes care of itself. We can sit in base defense all day long and make you try to throw the ball around the yard and allow our guys to pin their ears back and come get you. That's what Southern does a great job of. They commit themselves to stopping the run first, and then everything else kind of flows off that. So they've been a tough outfit. Dooley's a great coach, has shown that throughout his career, and they're a talented football team. So I think it's going to be a team of a test of wills. Both teams want to stop the run on defense. Both teams want to establish the run on offense. And if we can do that, then our passing game opens up. But I think it's going to be a great challenge of who can impose its will on the other team.
I want to take it off of this matchup and go in a little philosophical direction of thoughts. You've been part of various conferences of different levels, head coach, assistant coaches, BCS programs. What is the nature of conference matchups that make them tight? Who you playing? Come in top ranked, if you would, number one ranked team, somebody else not as much, or the opposite, you come in to go against somebody. What conference play that makes matchups challenging? We see that across the board at different levels.
Well, because of the familiarity. You're going to play the same teams every year. The NFL does it twice. They play the same team twice in the same year. So just knowing the personnel, knowing the schemes most of the time, unless you have a new coach. I've been facing Eric Dooley, but my entire career in the SWAC, he's gone against me. So there's not. I mean, he can. His scout report on Sunday is the same as ours. Like, I know what he's going to do. He knows what we're going to do. It's a matter of, can we stop what they do? Can they stop what we do? Who can beat themselves and impose their will? I think that's the trick in any conference matchup, because of the familiarity that you have with the teams, and then the importance of the games. You want to win the non-conference games for records and standings and rankings, but when it comes to conference play, everything you want. For most teams, they say their season starts when conference play starts. A lot of people play 3 to 4 non-conference games first, and then once they get in the conference, no matter what happened the first 3, the season starts. So you can be 0-3, 0-4, but everything's still in front of you because you still have the conference to play. And so those games have a lot more at stake. And so the stakes, the familiarity with the teams, the trash talk between the fan bases, I think that's what makes conferences so important. And I think that's starting to get watered down with all the conference realignment. You're getting a lot of these non-traditional rivalries that are coming to play with teams on hosts going against each other. Naturally, East Coast versus West Coast, those aren't rivalries. They may be coming down the line, but you're not going to get the same thing as an in-state game or a cross-state game or something that's been going on for years and years.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend. Looking forward to the matchup. And I like the quiet shout-out you've done with your hoodie there today.
Represent the women's sports, baby.
No doubt.
Next question goes to Henry Pugh.
Hey, Coach. Good morning. How are you doing?
How you doing, Henry?
I'm good. Congratulations on the win. I say on the field, and I have to say in Twitter as well. Let me ask you about that. Your fight against the Twitter trolls. What brought on? And I know it's kind of been all season and off season. It started off with the by 40, but now it feels like it's gotten a little bit more personal. What reached the point to where you ended up speaking out and defending Jeremy so much?
Well, it's all in fun. People who know me know that I don't hold grudges. I don't take anything personal. So I love our fan base. I've been a part of programs where people could care less whether you won or lost. Here, there's real passion, and there's a real expectation that every time we take the field that we're excellent. That's in our school motto. And so when we're not, I expect to hear the criticism. I tell our players expect to hear it. And so, me saying that yesterday, again, I'm going to answer questions in the media. I'm going to answer questions to my quarterback club on Wednesday. But I want to get it out there before I even have to get in front of media. Jeremy's our guy. He's been our guy for 2 years. The guy's won 13 games. He's preseason player of the year. He's an NFL prospect. He's our guy. Is he playing as well as he can? No. But nobody is at this point, and he's the only one taking the criticism. So I just want to get ahead of it so I don't have to keep answering questions every time I get in front of an alum or someone about our quarterback situation. There is no controversy. He's not in jeopardy of losing his job. We have talented guys in the room, but Jeremy's our guy. He's going to be our guy. So I just put that statement out there on Twitter. I happen to go back and forth with a couple of fans. Again, all in banter, all in fun, and I hope they didn't take it personal. A few of them actually inboxed me and apologized for it getting public, but I don't take any of that stuff personal. And people think that, if they think they do, they don't know me. So I had time. We had a long bus ride from Itabena. I slept on the bus, so I had a lot of energy Sunday morning. So I decided to blow some of that steam off on social media, but nothing major. I don't think it's a story.
All right, Coach. So from what I took with that was Coach Simmons had time today. So We thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.